good now.
All right.
Welcome home. This is the Residency Podcast. I am Jeff Tomasic with Drew Belcher and Lo Raven, bringing you the biggest guests and stories in entertainment, business, pop culture, and sports from our studio on the Las Vegas Strip inside the Mandalay Bay. Make sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You know the drill. Big show today.
Big show.
Warm show today now, though. Thank God.
How to grab a hoodie.
Exactly. Confidence is through the roof on this one. DJ, model, entrepreneur,
Hyphenated.
world traveler, social media star. Also seems to be like the nicest person in the world. Charly Jordan, welcome to the show.
Oh, that last one was so nice. Thank you, guys.
Really
I'm excited
good.
to be
Really
here.
good.
So we got us fresh in Las Vegas right now.
Yes.
Touching back down into your roots. I don't know if everyone knows here,
guys come. Yeah.
but Charly Jordan,
Come.
she is essentially a Vegas local, born here.
Essentially, I am a full-blown Vegas local. We got the girlies that I grew up
Come
with
on, you
in
get
high
in here.
school.
Take a seat. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, come on
We got
in.
a whole crowd in
Those
here,
seats up
guys.
Here, we're good.
Yes.
I promise you're not tripping. They do look exactly the same now.
Yeah, this house right here, mine is not dying.
Wait, you guys are identical.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Oh,
cool,
wow.
Cool.
It's different.
Sure.
Well, welcome, twins.
They also went to Coronado.
Wait, so different heights, but identical twins. How does that work?
Tall shoes on. I tried.
Oh, got it. Wait, so in reality, you guys are the same heights?
They always be trying to find something that makes them different.
Got it. Okay.
Let's go. Okay, I love that. There we go.
You guys wanna- there's some chairs over there.
Platform shoes, then. That's for sure.
But,
all right.
Yeah, born and raised here in Vegas. Literally was born right down by the Strip.
Shout out to Vegas real quick. I'm also a fellow born and raised vegan.
Las Vegas.
Veganite?
It's like a mixtape. Like you're like shout out
Yeah.
Vegas.
Shake-
Roll with the
Veganato?
lighter sound.
Yeah. He loves that. Being born and like living in Vegas, very important to this guy
There's
right
not
here.
a lot of people that are still here.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like it's kind of like you're like I survived. It's like one of those feelings. you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
You're like I made it out of Vegas alive.
And we're there. We're still here too, though. You made it out.
I did
I'm
make it
still
out.
here.
I love Vegas, but it's been really nice to expand my horizons because there used to not really be like an industry here. Like I
Sure.
feel like the best of the best come to perform here, but as far as like working your way up, it's not as much possible in Vegas. Does that
Yeah,
make
it's
sense?
tough. Like you either start in the mega clubs on the Strip,
Mm-hmm.
or that's it. There's nowhere to really start. There's no smaller clubs to kind of build your way up.
No, that's why it always kind of felt impossible. But you know, going to LA and traveling all over, it's been amazing. And I worked so hard to get out of Las Vegas. I never thought that I would come back, and especially have a residency here. Like that was the last thing.
Definitely
I
didn't think you were
ever
coming back for a fucking podcast.
Not just for you guys.
That's what we're saying, guys. Put that on record. She's only here for us. Nothing else happening this weekend whatsoever. By the way, what I saw this interview that you were doing, or somewhere that you mentioned that you were, obviously you said getting out of Vegas, so it must have been not amazing, but black widow hunting?
Oh my God, yeah.
What is this? What is
Well,
this that we need to know about?
There's like no animals here. There's like a lot of insects. We got a lot of scorpions. We got a lot of black widows.
Sure.
We got not a lot of living, breathing. Like the first time I saw a cow, I was like freaking out because I was like, wow, like that's a cow. Like I've never seen one. 'Cause in Vegas, there's just no wildlife really. Like unless
Sure.
you go drive up to Lee Canyon, fucking Bryce Canyon, like
Yeah,
out
yeah,
in
yeah.
Red Rocks. So I don't know. Growing up, like that was what we did. You know, go hunt scorpions, hunt black widows. I felt very bored at some point growing up here, just because I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't party, I didn't do anything. I was actually born and raised Mormon here my whole life.
We're gonna talk about it. Love it.
So
Okay.
it was only as I became an adult and started coming back that now I really love Vegas.
Sure. How do you hunt black widows, by the way?
It's a very skilled craft.
Wait, are you guys in
okay?
on this too? You guys do this shit?
No, they're just laughing.
It does sound
Okay.
like very like I'm seeing like full gear.
Yeah.
You know, just the whole thing.
What's the process?
It's a highly trained technique over 10 years using black ops weapons and night vision goggles. No, we would just... I
just
don't
a
know, you're
shoe.
just bored.
Just a shoe, really?
You're just
Fucking
bored.
shoe.
No, we literally just go out and it's not like you're hunting them. It's just, can you find the biggest black widow that exists?
Okay.
So
Love
whoever
that.
finds the biggest one wins.
By the way, I live in Vegas right now. Now I'm really going to go home and be super paranoid in my backyard, just running around.
You
Just
should be scared of the scorpions. Like
B-
I have
black light,
seen
right?
Scorpions here that are like from other countries. Like I literally was like Googling this scorpion, and it's like, oh, this is native to Afghanistan. I was like, what the fuck is the scorpion doing here in Vegas? And the smaller they are, the more deadly they are. So
Really? Is that a fact?
keep an eye out.
Charly Jordan,
No, that's a
officially
fact.
the worst salesperson for Vegas in the history of the city, by the way.
Look, I'm sorry. I said I'm learning to love it. Okay, I had some trust issues with here for sure.
We're back.
Because it's a crazy place, you know. But if you can hang, it's fine.
You see that? Muscles through the sweatshirt. We saw it. Wait, how old were you when were you a teenager here?
Yeah.
Were you like running around the strip, like acting like you were older or something?
Yeah. I mean, we'd go steal Four Locos and like put it in a Hydro Flask and walk up and down the
Nice.
street.
For sure.
Classic.
There's not a ton to do here as like a 16 to 19, 20-year-old, until you turn 21. So like I had my license when I was 16. I'd pick up my friend and I'd drive down to like the Forum shops and just walk around. We weren't fucking buying anything. We just walk around.
This is, by the way, kids, this is what happened pre-social media. You did that. You went places. By the way, I guess Black Widow season, that must have been right before social media.
Yo, I mean, I got on social media. I've been on social media since I was like 14. So I actually did have social media when I was doing that.
Really?
But
it wasn't as good then, though. It was just Facebook.
it's a choice, guys. Don't let social media, like even I struggle with it right now. This month, I feel like I've been kind of addicted to my phone.
Sure.
But sometimes I'm not. It's just a thing like anything else. You don't have to go on it. So if you want to be present, you can be present.
I like that. You know what is funny about podcasts? Like, especially just getting to talk to people in general, not about like the viewership or the clips or the views, the downloads, is really, do you have an opportunity where someone is kind of required just to give you their full attention for 1 hour? It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I get nervous sometimes because like I love like talking is my favorite thing. I could talk to a wall.
Right.
So like I'll answer literally almost any question. Like before this, they're like, "Is there anything you don't want to talk about?" I was like, we'll get to it when we get there.
Well,
I'll
we're
have,
gonna
like, a
find
code
out.
word.
There's a red section at the
there's
bottom of this
questions
with
in there.
question marks. Now
We're
they're all
really
good.
Stuck on the Black Widows right now.
Yeah. Question. Can we expose your real name?
Yeah, go for it.
Charlene. Real name?
Charlene Jordan. Yes.
Charlene Jordan.
Wow, how'd you?
We did our homework. Come on.
I guess it's probably online, but
We're
yeah,
pros.
Charlene,
We do use the internet and we're pros.
It is in fact online.
Middle name?
Savannah.
Charlene Savannah
Savannah.
Jordan.
Take a wild guess, like the origin of that.
I'm thinking like
Like
South,
Southern?
perhaps?
Yeah, Southern for
Got
sure.
it.
Southern, I love that.
Say it
Wait,
with
but
a
your
Southern
your
accent.
family's from Vegas too, though, right?
My family's from Vegas, Georgia, North Carolina.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fucking love
Did
that.
you like Charlene growing up? Or when did you become
Charlene?
Charlie?
No, even when you just said it, like I did not recognize.
Who is
that
this
at
lady?
all.
Who
I
the
was like,
fuck
who are
is
you
Charlene?
talking about? Charlene that's gonna be like coming into my like 40s and 50s.
Sure,
like,
sure.
I want to be respected.
Yep.
Like call me Charlene. But
Wow.
right now,
Wow.
Red lips?
You could even
high
say-
heels, Charlene.
serious,
If you
know?
pronounce it like that when you said, call me
Call me
Charlene.
Charlene.
Yeah, that's not, you don't want that. You don't want the
so
smoke.
that's like a little too serious. I feel like Charlie is a better vibe. My mom's just been calling me that since I was born. From like, there was like this movie or books or whatever, but Charlie's just more chill,
Sure.
Do you have your kids' names picked out in your head?
No.
No?
No, because I know you guys were just talking about
Yeah.
babies. Okay?
Yeah, we have
I'm
'em.
trying to convince them to come to my show tonight. even though
18,
they have
18 months, year olds are allowed.
I
That's
have
all
a
right. Give him
2-year-old
18
monster.
Years, give him 21 years. And
Yeah,
get him out there,
ish.
Ish. But yeah, no, having I feel like you can obviously you don't know what the gender's gonna be. I'm not gonna pick names until I know for sure. Like,
That's true. No, I didn't know if you had like a name you really wanted in the back of your
do you
head.
know the amount of times that I have like when my mom was pregnant, I was like, please be a boy, please be a girl, and it's just never what you think it's gonna be.
That's
Never.
true.
Never.
So I have zero expectations on gender, names, nothing. Like it's all gonna be like an in the moment process.
And honestly, I don't recommend having kids anyway, at least not for like 10 years.
Yeah, don't.
You're 23.
How come most guys that I meet who have kids are always like saying they're like, wait to have kids? Not that it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Matt's a super proud dad. We love it for him.
Yeah, no, I want all the kids
Yeah,
too.
By
but-
the way, me, Drew, and Matt are a tad older. That's why. We're in the fate because
Oh, so you're just telling me to wait?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah. I don't recommend it for you. Yeah,
we
not for us.
we waited. By the way,
I fuck for a job. I'm
Yeah.
trying to have more right now.
Yeah.
But I'm 35. Jeff's 36.
yeah, we're older. They're brand new, so we got the.
Sounds like a fun job.
We
I
had-
don't know.
That is true.
That's true.
It is
Oh
true.
well, you'd be surprised. Fucking for a job's not as fun
He
as you
goes,
may
it's not as
think.
easy as you
Yeah,
I
think it
promise.
is."
Yeah, you get like the meeting appointments from the wife. You say, hey, 4:30 p.m.
It's a little different when
It's
she
in
goes,
your-
babe, we
it's
have to
in
have
your-
sex tonight.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
in
oh,
your
fuck me,
fucking
all right.
calendar. And she's like, if you're fucking
Yeah,
late,
yeah,
I
yeah.
swear to God.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me.
Just so you recognize.
You have to
Yeah.
come in me tonight. I'm like, all right.
have the right lunch.
Right,
Okay,
lunch.
so
dead.
let's go back to some
Yeah.
recent stuff. We just
Yeah.
saw Fashion Week New York.
Yes.
Question: as someone who's never been to Fashion Week, are Fashion Weeks really fun?
I don't know if really fun is the word I would use to
Right,
describe
sure.
it. It is. It's exciting and it's new.
Right.
So it's always things you haven't seen, people you haven't met, and that's why it's fun, because I like trying new stuff. But it's hectic. It's event after event after event, little to no time. So like that was my first Fashion Week. I feel like if I had gone many times, it would have been different, like people who figured it out. But since it was my first one, I was just excited to be there, trying a bunch of different shit. Now I know what I like and dislike. So next year when I go back, I can be a little bit more selective.
Navigate it.
I DJ'd, I walked, I attended events, I did all the things. So it was really cool to see everything. I love modeling, okay? Nothing against modeling, but it was a strong reminder why I stopped doing it.
Okay.
It's just a little materialistic, you know?
Sure.
A tad.
I see that.
Totally
Sure.
fine. Obviously, that's the whole point. It's literally materials.
Buy clothes.
Yeah.
Right. I get it.
So that was really cool. It's cool to see people get into what they do and their art and their passions. And then DJing was for sure the highlight for me. It was super fun. It was my first play with Tao at Lavo.
Okay,
so,
cool. And it just sounds so cool. It's like, oh, I'm going to Fashion Week. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it just
okay.
sounds.
I
It just
know,
sounds.
it
I'm going to
sounds-
Fashion Week.
With-
It definitely was that. Like, I was in, you know, at places with people where I was like looking to my right and my left, and I was just like, because it's like people that I've looked up to my whole life.
Yeah.
So that was amazing, but it's very hard. Like, I just really like connecting with people, and sometimes this industry makes it very difficult to do that, right? Like, the more famous you get or the more known you get, the less likely it is for you to have like real conversations with people
Never.
ever.
Sure.
That's
yeah,
true.
I totally
So that's
fucking
why,
get it.
like, I feel like all of us show up and we do our thing, right? Kind of for other people. And then I try to connect with all those people like later, or you have to see them like so many times. Like, it takes me seeing someone at the same event like 15 times, or same thing with the other person, for us to finally be like, oh my God, like, who are you? Like,
Right.
I've seen you multiple times now. And that's just kind of like how my life goes. I pay attention to that shit a lot. Like, because I travel so much, if I see someone actually like more than once a month, I'm like, who are you?
Who are you? Dude, who are you?
You have to like gravitate towards that, right?
I'm like, we need to be friends because I don't see anyone this consistently. Like my friend Lucy, she was in Forbes, like, Forbes like top richest women. It was like Kylie Jenner and then her, and I've been friends with her for like half a year, and I had no idea that she even did stuff like that. But I see her everywhere. She travels all over, and she's in tech, and I've become really good friends with her just because she's like a very successful, badass woman who does her own thing. And I just love people like that, you know,
Sure.
people that are on their own journeys, their own missions, just doing what they love, and then being an amazing person on top of that is super cool. I feel like, especially now with social media, because everyone wants to do social media, everyone's in it. It's like
For
there's
sure.
always like a crazy end goal, but I'm just very present and I just enjoy what I do. I don't really have like a plan or an end goal, except for I do want to play festivals. That's for sure.
There we go. Perfect
Festivals
city to
next.
start.
Do you,
Vegas,
yeah.
EDC,
Let's go.
for show.
start it. By the way,
Please
do you
let me
have
know.
like a one-liner you go up to, like it's like a stranger and you're trying to introduce yourself, like another like you said, notable person, like, hey, how are you?
Nope,
Like,
still haven't figured it out. There's no such thing. Like, even people come up to me, like, there's nothing you
right.
can say to someone that doesn't know you. It's always gonna come off weird. Like, if you just walk up and I'm like, oh my God, like, I love you so much. Like, you can just be honest, you know?
Sure.
I feel like that's the best thing. Like, when people try to come up to me and play it off cool, that's where I'm like, I don't know. Like, if you say, or it's like, oh, like, I don't know you, but like, my sister knows you. Like, can I get like a picture for her? Or like, can I get like I don't know. People will try to like big dog me.
Yeah,
as they're
no.
coming up to me,
That's
and I'm
not
like,
tight. Yeah.
just, you know, whatever. Like, it's fine. Girls are always super nice. It's usually just guys.
Sure,
I
but the
don't know.
guys got to play it cool though too. They have to try to play it cool. Like when
It's
you
a-
came in, it's like, hey, I have to let you know that, hey, I am a big fan because I am a big fan. Not like, oh, what's
Yeah,
up? Oh,
but
who are
even just
you?
being like, hey, I'm a big fan of you. I've followed you for years. Like, you're sick. Like,
Yeah, we can
it's
be
more-
honest.
It's more the emotional weirdness.
Right.
You know, when people are like either too avoidant or too excited or too. I'm like, you can just be yourself and just tell me, right, what you know about me. Like, that's, and then I'll be like, oh, I don't know you. Like, what's your name? Where are you from? People don't even ask me questions like that. Like, they'll just immediately come up, oh my God, like this and this. And then I've had 3 hours of people doing that, and not a single person has asked me what my name is or where I'm from or like any just basic information.
It's Charlene Savannah Jordan,
Yeah.
by the way. If you need
If
any
you come up
help,
to the club, make sure to address me
yeah,
by
address me by
Charlene.
my full name, please. It's Charlene.
No, but that's why, I mean, nightlife, that's kind of the point though, right? Like, it's super fun. And
When's the last time you went up to someone and just said, "Hey, what's up? I'm a big fan."
literally a week ago, I ran into the Nervo twins
Okay.
at Resorts World
Yeah.
outside of my elevator, and they were super European and said hi and then walked away.
It's the fucking Euros, dude. That's
Big
how they
fan.
get down.
High five.
No, literally, like, they were just doing their thing. So I was like freaking out, but it was just like a split moment interaction. So there was that, and then at Fashion Week, Jamie Campbell Bower was there, who's the voice of Vecna
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Stranger Things.
Yep.
And I was like, I couldn't even, like, I tried. I couldn't. I just didn't.
Sure.
So, and then I saw Gary Vee too. He's awesome. I talked to him for a sec, but I feel like I've been meeting people, like a lot of people that I look up to, and I just try to always have like meaningful conversations with them.
You have to. I think some people do. I think one thing we learned doing the podcast for this long is people are way nicer than people should expect. For the majority, right? Like they are willing to talk to you and want to have a good conversation. And even when we don't know them before they walk in the door, like, by the way, disclaimer, Charlie Jordan does not know us at all. We just met right now.
We
Zero.
just met. They're great.
And we're already best friends. So like you'd be surprised like how great people for the majority are, and like people should feel comfortable if they are a fan or if they are like in the same world, just saying hello. And most of the time they're down to talk and be great.
I'll literally like people, if you just have a normal conversation with me, I'm like, come to my table, come hang out. What are you doing afterwards? But like I can't even get that far with people because they're just being fucking weird. But
Fucking weirdos.
I think that.
There it
All right,
is,
look,
dude.
the
fucking
first person
weirdos.
who's nice to you tonight should get the sweatshirt. You should pass this along.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
person who's nice. This is gonna come out too
Just
late.
take it off and give it right to him.
Yeah.
Boom.
like seriously, like the people in the crowd of my shows, I feel like are the people I want to be hanging out with. Does that make
They're your
sense?
fans.
Well, not even just because they're my fans. It's just that they're happy. They're having
Sure.
a good time. It's all the motherfuckers behind the DJ booth.
Yeah.
They're like trying to get
With their phones out.
be in the
Well,
front.
Trying to search for clout.
Hold on. We've had this conversation though before. It's like, when's the last time you loved something enough to be in the front row sweating for like a DJ booth and you have paid a full ticket price? It's been a minute.
Dude,
a minute.
I
Like,
still
there's a few
be
things
doing that. No,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like I will leave. Like I was just about to go to Slander. Slander played last weekend, and there's some festival here, and they're like, "Come, like hang out, whatever." I was like, "No, like I will be on the rails. Like I will be breaking my motherfucking neck." Because I love like I started off with rave culture. Like I
Sure.
started sneaking into EDC when I was 17. They don't like when I say that. Anyways,
They don't like when I say that.
Pasquale, sorry.
Started going to EDC, and I just fell in love with like the culture, like of like I feel like EDM music is meant to be enjoyed in a live venue space.
Sure.
So at a club, at a festival, it's not necessarily something I would like put on in the car, you know, like
By yourself,
I
driving
listen
to work in traffic.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm just like boom. No, I listen to EDM music all the time, but I just tend to find that most people don't. You know, I love R&B and I love like the more chill stuff for like your in between moments in life, but being able to have those like really cool experiential moments where you have like full production, like the screens and the music and everyone, like music's the universal language. When I DJ, hands down, like checked out in the best way possible. Like just doing my thing, so happy, super present, and I could do it for hours. I wish I could be like that with more things in my life, like just so like honed in, but
Sure.
it's so much fun and it's such a high. It's definitely been a bit of a struggle for me to like come down off of those experiences sometimes because it's just so incredible. And all I want to do is like bring people with me. Like I want friends, I want family, I want whatever. But when you're touring this much and going around, like I don't always get to have that.
Do you chase that a lot? Like, do you tier? Because like, so Steve Aoki, does like 250 shows a year? Like, do you chase like wanting to do more and more of those shows? Because that's a lifestyle.
No, it's a crazy lifestyle. And I was just talking to Steve. I just opened for him at F1 in Montreal probably like 4 months ago. And so nice. Like he was just like, hey, want to get coffee like before we play the show? And I've opened for a lot of big DJs. Not a single one of them have ever done that. And we just talked and like caught up and I was asking him like how he structures his team and how he does stuff. And yeah, like he's on another level, you know, like it is a full career sport. Like I really respect people that do that. He plays like the most shows out of any DJ, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
Absurd amount.
So, you know, he's completely sober.
He's sober. I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Mhm. Extremely disciplined, like just focused on what he's doing. And yeah, that's something that I don't know if that's like the level I would want to get to. Cause again, like mine for me is not the amount of shows as much as like the monetary side of it is beneficial. Like that's what I feel like that is for essentially. And I'm not super focused on that. As much as I feel like money kind of comes along when you enjoy something.
Sure.
And music is very expensive to get into. So when you do start making money, you're like, finally.
Right.
Like after 3 years of buying all this studio shit and doing all these sessions and wasting my money, right? Because I did do that. Like CDJs are not cheap. And I was just doing this on my own, using my money from my influencer career, right, to like put into this. And I don't know, it was just so amazing when it finally all pans out and works out. But there's that side of DJing, which is just going nonstop, like clubs, playing like commercial. And then there's like the festival circuit and like the kind of more like wook DJ.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
You know that word?
Yeah, of course.
Where it's a little bit more like I love like Subtronics and like I was saying, like Nightmare and Slander and all these guys that like have their own labels, have their own projects, have their own communities within the EDM space where it's like a real family. And that's kind of like what I want to get into, because the club scene, love Vegas, love it so much. But holy shit, like it's very animalistic.
Sure.
And I want it to be about the music.
Okay.
I want people coming to my shows to listen to my music, not just to get drunk and be at a club.
We have to go back. How did you even get into DJing?
I got into DJing because I started filming for festivals.
Okay.
So as an influencer, I made travel videos for a living, which take like 2 to 3 months to make. And so festivals started hiring me on to be on their production teams to help creatively direct their after movies for the festivals.
That's sick.
So I was filming DJs. And I was like behind, like in the pit, you know, like backstage, like filming and helping promote on my social medias. And I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. So just from meeting them that way, like I would tell these DJs, I was like, I really want to learn. Like, that's really cool. And I was just super candid and honest. And quite a few of them actually totally, like how you're saying, people are way nicer than you would think. Like, I just told them I wanted to do it. And they were like, here's what you need to do it. Here's what you need to do, like giving me like step by step, because I was just genuinely like nice and interested in what was going on.
I think DJs, if you respect the craft, like they're really happy to welcome you into like the community rather than someone like who's abusing it for like a quick, like you said, influencer money grab or something. Whereas like if you're into it for like the right reasons, I feel like everyone's really welcoming. I know that you had stuff with Blau, right?
Yes.
Like you had links with Blau.
Justin is amazing.
Yeah.
That's who I was about to bring up. He gave me my first pair of turntables. He lives here in Vegas, and yeah, I mean, anytime people come up to me and talk to me about DJing, especially girls, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Sure,
Let me know. I'm like, I will literally teach you. I'll help you with whatever. But that's not always the case in any industry, right? I feel like when you get to a certain point, like we all work our asses off. So like, what's the point of being competitive or being petty or being jealous or, you know, it's like, oh, especially when younger people come into an industry. Like that's been my biggest problem across all of my careers is like, because I'm young, right? People don't take me seriously, and that's totally fine. It just takes like a long time for me to prove that, and then by that point it's like I've kind of already missed out on that opportunity to develop that relationship with someone.
Are you talking about being like a girl in the space or just young
being
in
a girl
general?
or just younger?
Okay.
Being a girl is already, there's not that many female DJs, so that's hard enough. But I don't really discriminate. Like I feel like I'm used to working around guys, so like I don't even mind. Girls or guys, It's like, okay, like I don't really see a difference. Honestly, I'm not gonna be like, oh, because I'm a girl, it's like so much harder. I'm a DJ.
Right.
There's definitely downfalls to being a female DJ, but for the most part, like I've still like tried to reach out to all these older people, right, that have been doing it for so long, and because they've been doing it for so long, you'd think they would want to be a little bit more receptive to like teaching and showing, but it just doesn't happen that often.
Really? Okay.
But the handful that I have found that have been so kind, like Nightmare, and his name's Tyler. He has a residency here too. He's amazing. Justin, I became friends with like the Cash boys from Resorts World. Louis the Child is super nice. Zed has been. Anton's really, really cool. He's one of the smartest guys I've ever met. It's so cool to be around people that are uplifting and motivating and supportive, even if they have doubts. You know, it's like, who knows where I'm going to go, whatever. But like, we're all, again, in the same room, in the same space, and we're all working towards the same thing. So that's the point of why you do anything, right? It's like part of it's for the community. So I get into DJing because I want to meet other DJs. I want to be around people who enjoy music like how I enjoy music. So
do you like those nights too where you're DJing with another DJ, or is the goal really to be like the ultimate headliner, or do you like kind of doing it with other DJs in the same night?
I like playing with other DJs.
Right.
Obviously, like when I'm opening for them, that's different. But like back-to-back sets with other DJs is like my favorite thing.
Right,
like, when it's like spontaneous. Like I was at my friend's birthday party in LA, and it was me, What So Not, and Bonnie and Clyde just up there like 2 nights ago, just going in for no reason. And it's so much fun, you know, because we all like care about it so much. But yeah, I with the traveling with DJing, it's been a little bit hard to get into the community. But I think everyone who's a DJ feels that because we're all traveling all the time.
It's nonstop.
But like when you first actually transitioned to performing live, like how was that learning curve? Like those first couple real true shows where you went in like as a DJ?
Oh, It was aggressive.
Yeah.
I did terrible the first time I DJ'd. It was so bad. It was actually so embarrassing that I walked off and was crying.
No,
And
where was this?
It was in Spain.
Okay.
And I just talked these people into letting me DJ in their club.
Please.
That's how this all started. I literally fucked up over and over again because I was just doing it for fun. So I would tell people, I was like, I really want to DJ, and I'd be super adamant about it. But I got up, and it was my first time using CDJs. There's a bunch of other turntables you can learn on, but CDJs are the standard for every club. And I got up there and just didn't know how to use them at all. The whole set sounded like trash. I was just pressing play at the end of each, stopping and starting. I didn't know what any of the buttons did. I didn't know anything. And I got off and cried and literally recorded a video of myself crying in my phone and was talking to my future self, being don't ever let that fucking happen again. I was like, you will never step up on a stage. To the point of being so bad at something that you're literally crying walking on.
How many people? Was it a big show or a club?
It was a huge club. It's Sultan in Barcelona, which is a massive club. Chami's played there and huge artists. And
how did you convince them to take you on, by the way?
I was out there at a festival. We were working with a festival, and it was a
great
big
sales
group of
pitch.
6 or 7 people, and they were all let her DJ.
Just let her go.
Do it, man. Do it. Come
just
on.
let her go, dude.
She's sick.
But that happened for a good year and a half before I finally I don't know, as a social media or someone who's involved in social media, right? I get presented or may get opportunities that I typically wouldn't if I was just a person just starting in the music
Just a
space.
civilian.
Sure.
So I had to acknowledge that very early on if I wanted this to be a long-term thing. I was put in a lot of situations where I was kind of uncomfortable. Or not uncomfortable, but we've seen a lot how managers have come in with social media kids and been you're going to be a music star.
Of course.
We're going to sign you. Here's your producer. Here's the song. Sing it. Look pretty. Great. Done. Okay. Yeah. So many people try to do that with me. And I was just really stubborn. I don't know why. I was I don't want to record the song that you're handing me. I don't know this producer. Why would I put out something that I didn't make? That doesn't make any sense. Now, as I've gotten into the music industry, there's obviously a lot of collaboration now. I feel there's no just this one person just made this song. There are multiple names on all the projects, but everyone's contributing something. And at that point in my career, when I was 18, 19, I didn't have a lot to contribute. But years later, after teaching myself production and songwriting and singing, now I'm getting way more into that. And it's a learning curve like anything else. It's when people try to shit on me for not having music out immediately right when I start. I was I just started. What are you talking about?
Everyone hates everyone for a million different reasons. It's fine.
But now, even with my residency, people still don't really know that I have music out. And it's just a little bit of a slower, I don't know, with social media, it was so fast for me. It was just instantaneous. And music has been...
You've also gone through two of the weirdest back-end industries, the behind-the-scenes social media industry and the behind-the-scenes music industry are both
picking the hardest
insane
things that have no roadmap or no instructions.
Yeah.
It's just figure it out.
And it's tough because, like you said, so many different agencies or managers will try to take advantage of
crooks,
up-and-coming TikTok stars that just pop off and they'll just hand them a pre-produced mixed set from some other DJ and just hey, go up there, press play, and just vibe with the crowd and perform. And now you're a DJ, and now you're in the game.
I mean, obviously, we see how that never lasts a long time.
Sure, it never does. You're right.
But it's still, I think, irritating for the people in the moment. And that's where you just have to have patience and that long-term play. If over this past 3 years I had let that stop me, you just have to put up with the hate, put up with the bullshit, put up with people being no, you can't do this. Dude, it was so nerve-wracking for me every single show knowing that all those people already know who I am. And not only do I have to disprove them, but I have to go above and beyond.
They're walking in assuming.
Yeah.
It's
not
here we
go see. It's
right.
They already have a preconceived notion of how shit I'm going to be.
Yeah. This chick's about to be fucking trash.
That's why I bought the ticket. I'm going to go see Charlene right now and see if she can really pull this off.
And it's been hilarious because I wasn't really thinking that at first. I just saw that over time because every single person when I get done DJing goes, oh, you can actually spin. You can actually DJ. And I'm actually just take that word out of there. Just say oh, you can DJ. That's sick. You crushed it.
Most people don't believe that people can be good at that many different things, especially at a young age. To be honest, they can't even wrap their brains around it, right? Like, even like what was that Mr. Beast interview that we were just watching, where he was talking about like he actually has to tone down his content with like the stuff he's giving away, because he would just comment that it's fake because they can't fathom that a YouTuber could really make that much money or give away that much money. It's not real, even though Mr. Beast is making money hand over foot, right? And like for you, right? You're young. You're successful in multiple different industries already. Some people just can't even understand that that's a reality. So I think that you should go in there. It's like a kind of a good thing, right? Like,
no, definitely.
It's an opportunity.
No, the opportunity and just everything I've been able to do has been so cool. I think just as like a 23-year-old, right? Like I'm still learning and growing and figuring out who I am. So it's really weird to have everyone, I guess, assume, right, that I have everything figured out, or assume that I know what's going on, or assume this and this, or even treat me a type of way when I'm just trying to like do me, you know, and live my life. So I'm super grateful for all the opportunity, but
a Vegas residency is a pretty big cosign of like legitimate success in the industry, by the way. So that's
the Vegas residency has been so amazing because, like, you know, LA, there's a bunch of people there that want to be whatever.
Right.
But out here, it's refreshing because I can just come out and it's like just people vibing.
There's no freebies in Vegas.
It's people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So,
This is not Sunset Boulevard.
How long is
No
this deal?
freebies.
How long is your deal in Vegas?
my last residency was 2 years, and then I just re-signed for another year.
Another year?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
exciting.
2023, people.
No, this place is lit. It's tourists and people from all over the world, so they're just out here having a good time. And it's different people all the time. Yeah, it's not fucking Sunset Boulevard where it's like, who do you know? And
Your
how many
friends
followers
up
do
the
you have?
exactly,
This is how
exactly.
you're gonna get in.
And by the
I'm
way,
not-
you
Charlie's flip flopping, by the way. First it was Vegas, now she loves it.
Now she loves it.
Now it's LA. Now we gotta figure it out.
And
LA?
you could have went the easy
All right.
I'm
way.
doing it for work.
Right now,
Fantastic.
LA or
People in
Vegas? LA or Vegas?
I'm so torn. I don't know where. I like different things about all of them. I have the same problem with men. It's all good.
I love LA
That's
as
fair.
well, but it's still Vegas.
Yeah, it has to be. Can we talk about your tattoos real quick? Can we go in there? You have a lot of tattoos. Is there a tattoo that you almost got that you were happy you didn't? That's a yes. That's a yes.
I
Do I say
I
it
know
on a
why,
podcast?
because I'm super specific with my podcast. You just said podcast.
Got it.
Super specific with my tattoos. I wanted to get at some point, because, you know, like Japanese style tattoos are a very not common, but kind of common thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was just gonna get some koi fish. I'm really glad I didn't do that. I don't know why. That's not that bad though, you know.
Like how big and where?
Like I was gonna get it on my whole forearm. It was gonna be like two, you know, like a yin and yang. Like it still would have been sick.
Yeah, super sick.
But
But why? Like when you're like, hey, I want koi fish. Was there a reason behind it?
I can't remember the reason.
You're just
I think I was just like, this looks really cool.
you walked by
Sure.
koi
And that's
pond
why
one day.
I'm glad I didn't get it, because there's no relevancy to like koi fish on my body. But
Okay, I like that. Do you have like?
Do you have any? Do you guys
That's
have any
super
tattoos?
fucking sick.
I have one tattoo. That's it. One
Where?
small tattoo on my ring finger.
What's it say?
It's 10/10. It's the date my date I got married.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
That's love,
cry
right?
In a corner and forever
Yeah.
alone.
XX Roman numerals 10/10. You know, we both got it. We both got
That's
it.
so cute. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking about that'd be cool. One of my friends just got engaged, and they were gonna just do tattoo rings, like not real rings, but they live out of a bus. So.
My issue with
They live out of a bus? That says it all. There it is.
Oh, there you go. My issue with tattoos was that I've been through a lot of phases in my life. So there was times where I was like, I 100% need this tattooed on me. Let's call it my koi fish phase, right? I was obsessed with koi fish. And then a year later, I was like, what are you talking about? I never liked koi fish. So I'm glad I didn't get a lot of tattoos that I think I wanted to originally. And then it got to a point where I was like, I don't know if when something else calls for me one day, I'll get one. But this was the first one.
That's a for sure good
That's
one.
the first one.
But the fun thing, or not the fun thing, but the hilarious thing is that, like, no matter what tattoo you get, you're always gonna change. You know, like that's kind
Always.
of the point.
It has to mean it, I guess.
And it's funny because you're like forced to look at this thing that was who you were.
At the time, you
that
thought it was
point,
dope.
At that
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
right? And loving that version of yourself. Like I have a tattoo on my ribs that like I got it, and a year later I was like, I fucking hate this. Like to the point of like where I was like, I need to get this off my body. Like
This is like
I was like, no. And then I don't know. I found a lot of strength in like having to look at that every day.
Sure.
it's like what, it's like when you get those.
Because, by the way, it's not going anywhere.
It's like when you get the social media anniversary reminders. Like, God, did I say that? Did I post that? Like, Jesus, no way.
It's a reminder for growth. Like all my tattoos
Got it.
are reminders of
This is where I was.
This is where I was.
Sure.
And this is where I am now.
Sure.
So even if they're shitty tattoos, I'm just kind of like, take it with a grain of salt.
It's like
you know?
the
Beauty and pain.
it's like the crying phone video that you made from Spain, right? You know,
Yeah.
just a tattoo version.
Yeah. Right.
There you
Life
go.
is full of highs and lows. Whatever.
100%.
I'm sure I'll get more tattoos. I just
Do you have
got
one on the line? Like, what's something that's coming up next?
Nah, I just got this one though in New York by John Boy. He's a super famous tattoo artist in New York, and this is like his. It's my first tattoo that I haven't designed, so it's like his font and like his handwriting.
Yeah.
I saw Alexis Wren get a tattoo from him, or someone get a tattoo from him like 5 years ago, and it was just a big goal of mine. So, first Reading tattoo also, but the rest I've drawn, and they're super special to me. I turned all my tattoos into designs for my brand, Beauty and Pain, which is a jewelry company that I have.
I like that. We should have got a tattoo for every podcast guest.
We should have got
How
a tattoo.
sick of
Wow,
it? How
that would
sick
be
of a gimmick
something.
would that be? Like, just to really get people into the show. What do you think,
You guys can get the Beauty and Pain dagger. Wall match.
guys? Reach if
I like that.
DM
Okay.
us if you think
Cool.
we should get a tattoo with Charlie Jordan. Then maybe
I've
we will.
given 7 people tattoos. So
You've given?
If you guys would like, if we can find a tattoo, then I got you.
I mean,
Hold on. Let's back
like
up
with
here now.
you've given them with
Yes.
like a zin zin, like you've done the.
Are you selling us like the Spain DJ thing, or can you really actually
no,
tattoo
I can
on
actually,
us?
Look, first tattoo, just like anything, right?
Just like anything.
Not great.
I mean, I'd let you give me a tattoo for sure. Bottom of my
7
foot or somewhere
tattoos
for
in,
sure.
I'm a pro.
Hold on.
Professional.
Can we go back? Can we go back? Who did you give your first tattoo to?
It was a tattoo artist who already had a lot of tattoos on him,
Okay.
so it was kind of like,
An experiment.
fuck it, you know?
Okay.
Just
He
go
was
for
like,
it.
Here's
Very
a
cool.
blank space in my leg, do it. And it actually turned out okay. But yeah, no, it's some people really don't give a fuck about getting tattoos. Like,
Sure.
Yeah,
they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, if
And
you're
I
covered,
respect
you're
that
covered.
too.
that'd be a good story.
I like that.
You need a
Or
Charlie
it's
Jordan
like
tattoo.
only drunk tattoos. Like,
Yeah.
some of my friends only have gotten drunk tattoos. I'm like, they give me so much anxiety. Like, what are you talking about?
Nah, good stories though.
Do you guys have any fun drunk stories?
What do you mean? Of course,
Like, where,
I'm
something
35. I have
permanent
many.
happened, but that like couldn't be reversed afterwards.
I'll give you a fun tattoo story that did happen. My friend and I made a bet in college at a bar. Had to do with a girl. I ended up winning, and the loser. We went to Oregon. I went to Oregon State, the
Fun.
Beavers, and there's the mascots, the Beavers. And there's like an old school beaver, and the loser had to get the beaver tattoo on his ass.
Holy shit! I'm so glad you didn't have to do that.
And not to mention, when you wake up and you make a drunk bet and someone loses, they can obviously renege and be like, "Come on, man, I'm not actually going to get it." Alex, you followed through. It's on his. He actually went and got it done.
I'm gonna need you to insert. I know this is a podcast, but like in the video, like insert a picture of.
We'll do it.
Let me.
Beavers
I'll
tattoo.
take.
We'll do it.
Do me a solid,
We'll
my
do
guy.
it.
Please do.
We'll
I know
do
your
it.
editor can do it. He's
Yeah.
got it.
No, I'm gonna send you a picture of it too as well. So you
Is it
got-
like the Buc-ee's beaver? Like, you know, Buc-ee's?
it's like a really old school like 1970s beaver. Like it looks almost exactly like that. You'll
You
love
been to
it.
Buc-ee's, the gas station in Texas?
Oh, that's
I
like
know
the
what you're
big
saying. That's
famous
what the
one,
logo
right?
is. Yeah, that's what they're famous for.
Yeah. It's the best gas station I've ever been to in my life, and I would recommend going there whenever.
Maybe I should.
I'll
Okay.
think about it.
I mean, how often is someone like, this is a good gas station?
This
Like,
is-
I don't say that about gas stations.
I mean, dude, the one from California to Vegas is pretty good. What is it, Eddie's World?
Eddie's
with the
World?
big ice cream
Okay.
thing? That's pretty fucking good.
It's better than Eddie's World.
It's way better than Eddie's World, by the way.
Wow.
Eddie's World, though, has video games. If you're ever driving from California to Vegas, stop at Eddie's World. They have video games in their urinals, and you have to like aim with your piss. They don't have it for girls. I don't know. I feel like that's sexist. But you aim with your piss, and you like get bonus points and play games while you're fucking peeing, which
pretty
is
cool.
crazy.
Just guys, we need entertainment
Why don't I
24/7.
have
Otherwise, we get bored. You know. There's another business niche for you. You got it.
What,
you
keeping
know.
guys entertained?
No, feed me.
I'm just kidding.
Yes. Yes.
I already do that full
Also
time.
that. Yeah. Also that. Side hustles are fine.
Oh,
By the way, do you ever get shy anymore? Social media, DJing, fashion shows. Do you ever get shy at all anymore? Do you feel like,
all the time.
yeah?
I'm kind of just not a shy person, but like I'm confident, but I'm just an introvert. So I don't know if shy is the word, but definitely like,
When the lights go on, though, you're good. Like you turn it on.
yeah. I mean, I've just done it so many times now. I used to have major stage fright. I got excused from like every speaking presentation that I ever had to do in school because I physically could not stand up in front of people.
Sure.
So going from that to like where I'm at now is pretty crazy. But yeah, I just have to zone out and like get into what I'm doing. even now, if I look into the audience for too long and like make eye contact with too many people and see like what they're feeling, I like start to get really nervous.
Like they're
all
real
over.
humans
Yeah.
out there, not just a sea of a
They
crowd.
paid for a ticket. They're here to see you.
I forget.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it's. There's nothing more terrifying than looking up, and there's already like 70 people looking dead in your eyes. You're like, oh shit, and it's so bad. Like not zoning out, but sometimes I forget to look up for like a long time. I'll just be looking down, like not
Yeah.
really paying attention. So, but obviously then I'm like, oh fuck, like gotta get up on stage and scream on the mic and have a good time. It took me a long time to be able to do that. Like I feel like that seems like a normal thing for people to be able to do, but like just standing up on stage without my legs shaking, it was so hard for like a year. Like
But they can't see, so it's fine.
What do you mean they can't see?
Like on stage, they can't see your like.
No, on stage we're chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have
Oh, you mean
severe-
modeling when you're walking and stuff?
No, like
Oh.
on stage.
Oh,
like
on
when
stage,
you
yeah.
because you're in front for the most part. Like
Right.
in Vegas, you're in front of the DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
Like everyone can see you. You're up high, which is kind of like a nerve wracking. Like if you take a wrong step, falling.
True.
This is what's going through my
Yeah.
head. Okay.
That's a mishap. You don't want
Say
that.
something fucked up on the microphone. Don't do that. Don't talk too quiet. Don't talk too loud. Like don't say something stupid. Like
Oh man, have you ever gotten too drunk and said something crazy on the mic?
not yet, man.
That's
I'm
a
sure
big-
it's
it's a
gonna
big
happen.
keyword.
Do you
Yeah.
drink during shows?
Yes.
Okay. How
to a
much do
little
you
bit.
drink during shows? Do you try to limit yourself, or are you
Matt.
just feeding each other shots, or how does
many-
it work?
Okay, because I feel like I'm biased. I'm gonna say something like 2, but it's not 2. How many shots roughly do you think I take per show? Mixed shots. I take mixed shots.
Nice. Yeah.
Like 12?
Yeah, it's
Like
always
that?
great to have the realistic answer here off camera. 2, 12. There you go. Fair
Okay,
enough.
so
Sometimes
a
it's
dozen-
6. I
I'll
like
take
that.
a dozen mixed shots.
Okay,
But
sure.
if it's just straight alcohol, like
Sure.
maybe like 5 or 6. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
for sure. Look, honestly,
Which
we don't
even
blame
that
you
is,
at
like,
all. It's
a lot. Like, but that's in Vegas. When I'm literally playing anywhere else, for the most part, I don't drink.
Wait, so
Really?
no longer practicing Mormon? Wait, is it practice or what? How does it
Yes,
work?
No longer practicing Mormon.
Okay, got it. Okay.
/ Mormon at all. I just found out like a week ago that my mom went into the church records and got like all of our names taken off. So
Wait, the whole family?
We asked that question one time. So that's an official thing. Once you leave Mormonism officially, you have to. Do you have to do that, or do you?
I don't know. I kind of just left. I was like,
I kind of just
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm out. I'm
like,
fucking
if I
out.
need to take my name off your piece of paper, whatever. I'm
I just
not
sent a
Mormon.
text.
Yeah, no, sorry
Peace.
guys, this isn't working out. Like a fucking
Yeah.
bad breakup.
Yeah, just.
Like I've been really unhappy for a long time now.
Yeah, I'm out.
But yeah, no, I just kind of left. But my mom, it was like more of my family's thing. So
Sure,
it was like
sure.
it was more of a big deal for them to like go in and be like, this is what we're doing. And it's been really cool because, yeah, the way I was raised was super opposite to now. So it feels like a very different lifetime.
So is your family still Mormon?
My family is now no longer Mormon.
Okay.
But they were.
So everyone's just getting fucked up at your shows now. The whole
No.
family.
Do they all come?
The-
Do they come to
They
your
do
shows?
come. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yo, my grandma,
Your
like,
grandma?
be turning up more than anyone. You guys know. You
No.
see my fucking grandma.
Your grandma?
She's got like bright white hair, hard to miss her.
How old's your grandma?
I think she's like 79 now.
Oh, let's fucking
80.
go.
Is she coming tonight?
Unfortunately, no. This is
Oh,
she sent me a
okay,
long
okay,
text.
okay.
She's like, I'm not gonna be able to make it tonight. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
They're out of town, but normally they come to every single one of my shows.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome. I wasn't super close with my family when I started doing this, and so I just never thought that would be like a thing. Like they were Mormon, right? And
Okay.
I was like,
I'm
bye.
out.
So we weren't super close for 2 or 3 years, and it's been crazy to see. I don't know if what I'm doing has had any part in their decision, but I feel like it did a little bit, and it's very nice to like see them finally come around to just being happy.
Yeah, I feel like, and that's like one of the more structured. I don't want to use this term, but organized like religion.
It is. I mean, all
Organized like
organized
that
religions.
exists, and it's always been just so fascinating and weird to me that people just kind of follow this. Like, who made up the rules? Like, who's the guy? Like, is there one person that just made all these rules?
Did
and
you
just,
see
like,
that?
wrote it?
Did you see that video on social media where they're asking the kids at BYU if they'd rather drink coffee or like oil, or like
And they
cooking
were
oil?
saying oil?
And they were saying cooking oil. They're like, hey, would
Wait,
you?
you can't drink coffee?
That's a prime example, though, of like destruction, like
That's true, though.
self-destruction or lying to yourself at its finest.
But
being,
why
like,
coffee?
Isn't it
You
coffee?
can't
It's
drink
like
coffee?
It's because it's addictive. So
It's
the
addictive,
church
yeah.
bans anything that's addictive.
They were going up and interviewing all these kids, and like
Caffeine.
without hesitation, like, hey, would you have a cup of coffee or a cup of cooking oil? They're like, cooking oil. What are you crazy?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Like Coca-Cola, the soda. Mormons will not drink it. Diet Coke. Have you ever heard the joke about how Diet Coke is such a big thing in the Mormon religion?
No.
It's because it's like, oh, like, it's so fucking stupid. It's literally the exact same thing. Diet Coke and Coca-Cola. And it's like, oh, we're all going to chug pounds of Diet Coke and it's fine. But the Coca-Cola, no, because it has caffeine in it.
But what about sugar?
Wait, is that true though? So Diet Coke is allowed, but Coke isn't?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is it like hold on? Is it like Utah, like the land of like these soda shops and all this shit?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Just diet
those
soda shops?
Doesn't make any sense either,
Wait, is it all
right?
diet?
They're
Is it all diet
supposed to
soda?
ban things that are addictive in excess, but there's diet sodas. Like Coca-Cola supposedly has like the highest amount of caffeine compared to other sodas, and that's why it's like not a thing. But the rest of the sodas, right, are fine. Like none of these make any sense. Like,
Wait,
none
but
of these
sugar is
girls-
like the most addicting thing out there.
yeah.
But
But-
regular sugar's okay?
And it's the same concept of like the church being like, hey, you can't drink and you can't smoke weed, but narcotics are fine. Xanax is fine because it's a prescribed medication from a doctor. So you're fine. When I tell you I was showing up to my senior year of high school, half of, like, because I lived in Utah my senior year, half the kids are barred out in school. Like, worse than Las Vegas, okay? And it's because it's like the one thing they can do, or like this, like, you know, when you tell a kid, like, hey, you can't do something,
I'm
wanna
doing
do
it.
Yeah.
I'm doing all of it.
Of
That's
course.
to the max
Like
with that religion.
That's how kids like operate anyways. That's how I don't know how to be a
Hey,
parent.
shout out to all the Mormons, but this religion sounds like it's
that's
whack as fuck.
crazy.
Okay, but here's the thing about the Mormon religion. Amazing, fantastic. I think, like, the morals and the ethics and everything, like, I strongly still agree with. Like, they're probably the most charity-based religion I've ever
They
come
do a ton for the
across.
community in Vegas too.
Yes.
Being born here,
So much.
A ton.
From dropping off dinners, from doing charity, like, work and drives, like, going to old folks' homes. Like, my whole life I spent serving other people.
sure.
And it taught me so much about myself and where true happiness comes from in community. And like, I will forever cherish that for the rest of my life. The Mormon religion and people are extremely kind. It's just for where I'm at in my life right now and what I'm doing, it does not fit very well.
Well, I
Maybe-
think it's
good
cool
for
now that
families,
that
too.
your family's evolved and then they can come see you. Where it might have been a divide if not.
like
'cause
if-
the live
if
show
they could
element's
follow
fun.
the rules and not be judgmental as fuck.
Yeah.
Fine.
So wait, is
That's
like the
great.
no sex thing real in Mormonism?
Yeah.
Mormonism?
Yeah.
Well, then how do they have kids?
You're
Right?
not
They have
no.
sex
Well, you're not supposed to have sex before
before
marriage.
you're married.
Before marriage, yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
so
But it's
okay.
the same thing as Christian. Like that's
Yeah,
technically
Yeah,
like
it's
a
the same thing
Christian
with Christianity. So is like
Do
the
Christians
Mormon
follow that rule?
is the fuck
Or-
no. Is the Mormon soaking like a real thing? Is that real? I saw it
I
on
was
TikTok.
just talking about soaking with someone.
Is it real?
The other day.
Don't tell me
Someone's
it's
like,
real.
I've soaked. I was like,
Don't
no, the
tell
fuck
me it's
you
real.
haven't.
Is it real?
It is a real thing.
It has to be real. Too enough people talk
Can
about
you
it. It has to be
explain what
real.
it is for the people that don't know?
To the edge of like, is this wrong or not? So like the Xanax thing or the like having sex because like, okay, I'm gonna put it in, but I'm not gonna move, so it doesn't count.
So that's what soaking is.
Soaking is parking the car in the garage.
Yep.
and not taking it for a drive.
Not taking it for
Or
a drive.
people are out here like taking it a step further, doing soaking but with anal,
Anal
and
soaking.
that's their first time having
Hey,
sex.
Mormons
okay?
are lit,
Reverse
dude. Hey,
that's when you
Mormons are
reverse
lit,
into. That's when you
dude.
reverse into the garage.
Hey, Mormons are dude.
Alright, that's your first experience. Stop.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh,
Wait, are
yeah.
you guys Mormon? Did you guys grow up Mormon? No. Okay.
No.
They're like, fuck no.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like,
These
hey, we're
girls
fucking
were
for real.
These girls were actually the first people to probably lead me into not being Mormon. They took me to my first party ever, and it was
Lit, there you
actually a Halloween party, so that's perfect for this month.
By the way, this whole audience and talking about live shows, your family coming. Matt, can you book us like a live podcast show real quick? Let's come on. Let's get on this. Let's figure this out. We need a massive live podcast.
Yeah, guys.
Let's talk about
I
this.
told you, come to my show.
With
We'll just
grandma
do an
here, too.
extension Of it.
Yeah, just hey guys,
No,
everyone
literally
stop.
Pull up with microphones in your hand, like
Light it up, everyone.
like the man in the street. Like
Right.
I'm here.
that'd be so fun. I've wanted to do that at one of my shows, like after my show when everyone's just fucked up. Like I'll be sober, and I'll just go around with like a bright ass flash and a microphone, and I just want to ask people ridiculous questions. Be like I don't know, because they're just hammered. Like the shit that comes out of people's mouths. Like I'm gonna start doing that, man.
Honestly, you
Give
should
me-
do it as for like a TikTok series.
Yeah.
Tonight? Let's
Do
start
it.
tonight.
Yeah.
No, literally, like,
Just ma'am, where are your shoes?
I'm just gonna. I just need someone else to film it. I'm gonna hand you the fucking camera, and we'll have a flash.
What do you mean someone else to film it? You got 16,000 cameras in here. I think you're good.
That's true. That's true. No, I just kind of get like. There was a long period of my life, like especially when I was doing social media, where like if I want something filmed, okay, it's not like someone's just filming it. I have to go over to that person and be like, hey, film this exactly like this.
No, we get it.
Yeah, we get it. We
Or
get it.
I do it and then it's, oh, redo that.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? So like I always just be running around doing shit, and it's too fast for like a camera, you know. So I want to try to show like the fun of.
Did you do your editing too, by the way, for all your old videos?
No.
No?
I used to do all, or at the beginning, yes, I did my own editing, filming, but as I got into it, I say I'm more of like a creative director.
I like that.
So I work with a lot of brands, like still, like Revolve and Aloe, and they send me clothes, and I shoot photos for them, and they use it for like their website, their
Sure.
Instagram, advertising, stuff like that. So I do like brand creative direction as well, which is really fun.
Charly Jordan's resume is 100 fucking pages long, people. Anytime you feel bad about yourself, watch this show and get your ass off the couch.
What is it, Kim Kardashian? She's like, no one wants to work nowadays.
Yeah, no.
Get your ass up.
Get your ass up.
Get your ass
and
up.
make a sex tape now.
You heard it
Also
here
facts.
first. You heard it here first.
There it is.
I'll
Motivation.
make a sex tape. But it's funny, this girl's like, no one wants to work. I'm like, people are still
She
talking
got
about
shit
your
for that
sex
one.
tape. What are you talking
She
about?
got no. Nobody wants to work. It's like nobody wants to work these days.
We
by
have
the
a
way-
whole OnlyFans pandemic sweeping through the nation, though. So
Yeah. Why would anyone want to work and they can just upload a couple pics and make
Feed pics. Don't be
Look,
posting the feed pics for
just
free.
half a
No.
mil a month?
No, just throw
Hey,
it
what'd
on
you do
there.
last
Throw
month?
it on there.
3 pics, 4 pics, all good.
dude,
Couple chats.
look, I'm all about making the side hustle. Okay, I have an OnlyFans, but is that my main / only thing? No. Should it be anyone's main?
Are you on there
only thing?
chatting?
No. Like, am I on there chatting?
Yeah.
Yeah, like pay for the messages. Like,
Messages?
Yeah.
So
It's-
like, you know, like Cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of use my OnlyFans as a cameo. So I do
Cool.
like birthday shout outs and custom messages and like stuff like that.
But you actually do it. You're not like farming it out.
No.
Okay.
So
How much-
I have
how
an
much that
agency,
OnlyFans coming
so
in?
I'm not the only one that's on my account.
Got it.
Got it. There it is. There it
Because
is.
obviously, like, say, like, I'm on a plane or DJing for like 3 days straight, right? Like, I can't be doing that. So it kind of stacks up, but I'm not the only one. Like, I respond to my messages and I upload like my own content, captions, everything, but I'm not the only one like monetizing it and editing it. Does that
It's
make
not
sense?
only your
What's,
feed getting
what's
sent
the
out.
OnlyFans podcast game like? Is there an angle?
I don't think so.
You don't think? You know?
I don't know.
You guys got OnlyFans? Ready?
No, we're about to
You know
start.
what? I
No, the
thought about
wallet
it too.
really needs an
We're
OnlyFans.
like some.
Starts.
You know what? It's weird, but guys want to see other guys' feet.
What?
It's a thing. It's a thing. Swear
How
to
do you know
God.
this?
You trying to get into it?
No. I
You just
was
doing OnlyFans research?
Only feet.
Yeah.
No,
Check the
I'm
Google
just
history.
saying. There's like other dudes that don't like guys, but like have
Look, dude.
OnlyFans for other guys.
Mullet
If
and
you've-
foot
if
fetish.
you've looked up or bought feet pictures, you can just say it. No.
Yeah, for sure. It's okay. It's all right, dude.
I may have dabbled in a couple
said-
feet photos. Yeah.
It's all right. Let me see your credit card receipts right
No,
now.
you're stressed out at home. No.
You know,
A lot of
throw a little
subscribing
feet-
going on.
feet foot.
Speaking about a lot of content you're doing as well, can you talk about probably the most like talked about guy musician right now on the internet, Morgan Wallen?
Yeah.
Also,
just-
fellow mullet bro, by the way.
Yeah.
Fellow
Can you
mullet
talk
bro,
about Morgan
hard.
Wallen's music video? What was that like?
So incredible, so amazing, fantastic team, nicest people ever. Really cool to be part of someone else's like insane journey. I like country music, but I'm not super into it like that.
Sure.
Morgan was probably like one of the only people that could have hit me up to do a country music video, and I was like, yes, because I did know who he was. I actually saw him 3 years ago in LA opening for Luke Combs on tour at the Hollywood Bowl, and I didn't know who he was. Saw him live for the first time, and I was like, this guy could make me like country music. Like, this is good. So it was really crazy to like see him in the beginning, right? And then 3 years later, his team reaching out, being like, we want you in the music video. No idea what to expect. I kind of thought it was gonna be like a passing, like I'll show up and film and leave.
Sure.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna really get to know any of them.
Yeah, don't
not
care,
gonna be a
yeah.
part of this. Like I don't know. I just wasn't thinking about it. And then I got there, and again, like such nice people, and they included me in so much of the post production stuff as well, like keeping me updated with the video and you know, being like, are you guys gonna be at iHeart? Like I was at iHeart with them, and then they had a concert in LA that I went to as well, and they like got me backstage passes to come see the show. And like when you involve people, like treating them like they're important
Sure.
and not disposable, right? Super fucking awesome. Love them.
He has just gone crazy, Morgan Wallen, on another like stratosphere of success. Like I love his music, by the way. Like same thing, not a massive country fan, but I like country music a lot, and his music is sick.
Yeah, he's doing something that no country artist that I've seen. Like we've seen Lil Nas, right? Like we've seen a lot of hybrid
Sure.
music. Lil Nas did like country R&B.
Country-esque,
but it was
yeah.
definitely heavier R&B. But Morgan's is like country with a little bit of R&B.
Country with a little pop twist. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely like that younger, cool guy. He's got the image, and it's like, again, like country music for me at least, and probably Jeff, probably you as well. It's not one of those things where I'm rushing to stream the latest album from Morgan Wallen, but if it's on and it's playing or a song catches my ear, yeah, I'll vibe to it. And it's like country music's one of those things. Like if you're in that mood and like you're vibing and you just hear that one song, it takes you back on so many different circles. It's weird.
I love country music because it is always very nostalgic, super
Yes.
happy, usually about love.
Everything's about
By
love,
the way,
dogs, you know,
drinking.
like everything,
Drinking.
drinking, getting fucked up. with
By
your
the way,
homies.
country music concerts probably the most fun environment of people.
Yeah.
Like they're just the happiest people on the planet Earth.
No, for sure.
Like
They're,
country
the
festivals or
best.
something, like you have to
When
go.
I went to Morgan's show in LA, I've been to the T-Mobile Arena or the Crypto Arena so many times.
Yeah,
I've never seen anyone sell that shit out like how he did.
Sure.
I was like,
crazy,
fuck, like,
right?
I know that country music's like big, but I was like,
He's on
this is
another
next
level.
So I'm super. I mean, I know him, but I'm proud of him. Like for how little I know him, like he's crushing it, and it's really hard to handle that level of exposure. I think especially from someone who's from fucking Nashville, Tennessee. Like he came from a super small town, so.
And super quick too.
Mhm.
It
He's
happened
just
out of
doing
nowhere.
his thing, and I'm excited to see what he keeps doing.
I like that. All right, we got to ask about this. Charlie Jordan's dating life. You know what's funny when you
It's
when,
there.
when
you thought we weren't gonna ask.
so like
It's in
so
there.
we do our research, right? We got a lot of nitty gritty details.
Oh, I'm
you know
sure.
what I mean?
I'm sure you
no,
guys
not
had
about
a-
dating, just in general,
Had
right?
a
We want
fantastic time looking through the web of
Oh,
conspiracies.
we scrolled it all.
Well,
we scrolled it all.
like,
we
we-
fucking googled that shit.
yeah,
so fast.
we like to really find a lot about our guests before we get on the show. And we found a lot of fun stuff about you and your dating life. Like it's
fun.
crazy. Like you've you've done so much, but when you type Charlie Jordan into Google, like so much of it is your dating history and what's going on.
Yep.
Like what's happened,
said,
what is actually going on in your dating life, and two, what is it like having to deal with this 24/7? People talking about it.
I'm currently single,
Cool.
and I've kind of just after this last relationship situation that I had, I've kind of chosen to keep it private, so nobody really knows what's going on over the past 6 months. I don't really talk about it.
Do you want to talk about it on this podcast?
The most I will say is that I'm single, but
Okay.
There it is.
in the past, yeah, it's very frustrating having to deal with people fixating so much of my relationships.
Sure.
But that's just kind of something that happens, you know. Obviously, I work in a really cool space with a bunch of cool people, and those are the people that I spend that time around. So I ended up dating someone else who was also very well known, and I'm assuming you guys are, you probably saw. I don't know who you're even talking about. Like, there's like,
Which one do you want to? Yeah,
I mean, I've
Of
been
course.
in LA for 4 years. I've only dated
I call it the Cool Kids Club.
2 or 3 guys.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you're talking about one of those 2
Sure.
or 3 guys.
Sure.
But it is crazy because, like, I wouldn't consider myself someone who, like, hooks up with a lot of people, but because my life is so in the spotlight, like, the 3 or 4 people that I've talked to and then the 2 people that I've dated, it's, like, such a big deal, right? Like, it's, like, magnifying glass. I'm like,
Yeah.
everyone has relationship problems. Everyone goes through shit. But for some reason, everyone really gives a fuck about what's going on with mine. And it makes it really hard because when it's not good, the internet makes it 10 times worse.
Way worse.
Like when you're going
Always.
through problems or when you have like, which is very normal in a relationship, it escalates on a whole other level. Especially because I've talked to people that are in social media where the tendency is like, and I say this, I'm not saying this about any of my past partners, but I've talked to a lot of guys in the social media space, and people are very narcissistic in the way that
Sure.
if something goes wrong in the relationship, there's always someone else they can go talk to.
Of course.
Right?
It's that easy.
It's like, oh my God, there's like a bajillion bitches in my DMs.
Bitches. They're out there.
And like, bitches, man. No.
Hey, these fucking bitches.
Just everywhere,
Hey, they're
man.
fucking everywhere.
So there's that. And then even on the role reversal, for me, like,
Sure.
I could just open my DMs and like, there's always like that next option.
Of course.
And that's something that I've really struggled with now, because I'm just not really like that.
The
Like,
grass is always greener mentality for people.
Yeah, I'm just happy with what I have, and like I really struggle with how much shit changes in LA and like the relationships, right? And it's even hard like when I do end something with someone and for people on the internet to constantly remind me about it, constantly bring it up every day. I open my phone and see my exes.
It takes 1 minute to do a stitch on TikTok and they put it out there.
Yeah,
Anyone.
but
I think
I'm not I don't know if I can describe how painful that is, especially when like I'm not super close with or haven't been super close with my family in the past. So like, people are gonna accuse me of dating people for clout or for whatever, but like those are my best friends and those are people that I have real relationships with, and it's super shitty to have people make fun of it or make light of it or use it for their own personal gain. I witnessed that a lot lately because something happened with one of my exes, and I tried to step in to be there for him as a friend after our relationship ended. And everyone was going on podcasts, taking their time sitting down talking about my relationship that they have no education on whatsoever. Like, and this wasn't even just like fans, it was like people that I knew, like other influencers in the space.
Can we talk about that? Because it's
Sure.
like an interesting question that I had is like, look, we all know the situation. We can say it out loud if we really want to or whatever. But when you make a decision like that, no, like just as someone who's really in the public eye, because I think the Instagram world of influencers, then translated for some reason, TikTok became like this mainstream celebrity phenomenon more ever than I think Instagram ever did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the TikTok stars like really trended towards that, and all of these things based that around that. And then your guys' relationship that happened. Like, do you make decisions like, hey, look, I know this is the right thing to do, but this probably is going to end up being a thing, but I still want to do it anyways? Or do you just like, hey, you know what? I don't care what happens. I'm going to do what I think is the right thing anyways. And just if something blows back on the internet, it does. Or do you try to avoid that? Like, I feel like that's a decision where you can kind of
that is
go
something
one way or the
that
other.
causes a lot of problems in LA because you see people staying with people that they know are bad for them because it's convenient.
Sure.
And I've never really been like that, hence why I think I've probably received blowback on the internet, because I'm not making decisions based off what the internet wants to see. I'm making decisions based off what's right and what an adult relationship would require. But to everyone else, it's like, oh, like they're not,
it's like clickbait.
Sitting down and posting a breakup video and being super like, I don't know, politically correct.
Sure.
Like you owe them something for some reason.
Yeah, especially if the relationship didn't end positively. Like, if you guys both mutually agree to break up, okay? And you do a cute little "we're not together," great. But if it doesn't end like that.
That sounds awful. That sounds awful.
Horrible.
Hey, I know this is going miserably, but you want a 3, 2, 1, you know, like that sounds terrible.
I had to do that, bro. I'm not even kidding you. When my ex like sat like I was like, hey, like I was like, I don't know if you want to say something online, but like maybe we just post like a quick story. And he goes, no, we should film a YouTube video for my channel.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
I don't really feel, he's like, no, like we can be super clear and concise and like it'll really get the point across. I was so scared. I was like, I really don't want this very painful thing for me to be exploited right now. When I opened the video, it had ads on it. He was monetizing the video. But what do you mean, sure? Like, that's so fucked up.
Of course. But, I mean, did you expect anything else? That's why you want to make a video and post it on YouTube.
No, I didn't want to make, like, I expected, I don't know, I guess that was my first public relationship. Sure. So he was the one, right, who was like, this is how you handle it.
You could have turned AdSense off, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's why, like, that was my first public relationship. And I've had a couple since then, and it really just is for no one else besides myself. And it's actually crazy. I would say the number one reason I keep it private is because when I be telling people that I'm dating someone, watch all those girls just immediately run towards that guy, telling me, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so nice, and then immediately walking up to them afterwards, trying to go back with my boyfriend. Like,
of course. Bitches, man. And that's how these bitches be. And that's how these bitches be.
But that's why, like, I don't really, like, who I am speaks for itself, and I don't feel like I need to explain my relationships or explain how people have fucked me over or explain the shitty things that people have done to me. Like, you could probably find one negative thing that I've said about my exes on the internet, and it was for a very valid reason, but I don't really talk about how shit went down. Social media for me, like how you're saying TikTok became a big thing, it's very much reality TV now, and that's not how I use it. That's not how I want to use it. I'm not on social media to share every single detail of my life. It's to show off and post the positive things, the inspiring things, the happy parts of my life to hopefully motivate other people to want to do that as well. I try to be realistic, but like I don't need to go online and talk about how I've been cheated on X amount of times or how I've been fucked over or taken advantage of, because like straight up this past 2 years was probably the hardest 2 years of my life, like even more so than dealing with my family problems, because this time of my life was such an important, vulnerable time in my life when I'm going through so much and experiencing so much, and the amount of people who've taken advantage of like personal parts of my life to get me to do other stuff or like for their own personal gain is just disgusting.
Yeah.
And my relationship is something I will no longer compromise on the internet.
So what do you do from here? How do you make this easier, right? Like you're young, obviously, like now people meeting people is like a totally different world than it used to be. Do you just like, are you after this has to be like a regular guy? You try to date outside of the industry? Like,
it doesn't necessarily have to be a regular guy, but I take a lot of time, like a lot of time.
it's pumpkin patch season. Maybe you meet a nice regular guy, a pumpkin
Go
patch.
test him out at the pumpkin patch.
You know
Pumpkin
what I'm
patch.
saying? Like, this might be the move.
You asked to take pictures with us in the pumpkin when we were there. It's done. No.
Yeah, let's go. See?
No, but I really like. I also think that I have a lot of trust issues now.
Sure, of
So
course.
even if I did get into a good regular relationship,
Right.
I don't know.
you can't, dude.
Find
At this
something.
point, you almost can't. you
Guys,
know?
I'm sorry. Whatever's
Sorry,
next
guys,
is
I'm
going to
sorry.
be
Millions? I'm sorry,
I'm
dude.
tapping out of the market. No, but even people that are like, I'm kind of at this point where I just want to stay single.
Sure.
I am tired of having literally 3 full-time careers and also still expected to be the girlfriend, to
Sure.
be happy to show up and support a man's career when they're not necessarily doing it back.
Right.
So unless, whoever I date, hopefully you'll never catch me doing the whole internet like relationship thing again. If I do, fucking give me a call.
We will.
If you see me posting fucking TikToks with some random
We
dude,
will.
give me a call.
We'll send you a
We
deal.
will.
Like, yeah, what the fuck are you
We will.
doing?
We
We
will.
already did this. We already went through this.
If you do that, here's the deal. If you do that, you have to get a residency tattoo on you.
Okay.
You can choose the
There-
logo, whichever one you want.
There it is. There it is.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not gonna make TikToks with guys. Okay.
Okay.
But
Every
if
time
it's if it's a serious relationship, right? And we're like, what's the time? There has to be like a time. Like,
Oh, we'll
when
know.
Can I post with them?
We'll know. We'll know when it's
Oh, we'll,
serious.
we'll see.
We'll all
Okay.
know.
We'll know.
We'll
I'll
all
let them
know.
We'll know.
Decide for
You'll know right before you post the video. You'll be like, damn, I'm gonna have to get a tattoo if I post this. I really like you, man. I
Don't
really
worry,
like your mullet.
We'll do like a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
There we go.
She said it. Now we have
Make
it.
it classy.
We have the content now.
Deal.
I love that.
Hey,
by the
that
way.
relationship stuff wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
We let up. We
Yeah,
went
look,
we went
honestly,
lightly. We went
by the way, that's not our show, right? Like, I know there's a lot of shows who go that, and look, we're not here to
We're not doing the clickbait.
Yeah, we're not here to clickbait you in any ways possible. And by the way, those things for us, that's not why people watch our show regardless. In fact, a lot of our viewers may or may not even know, like, your relationship world.
Exactly.
In a certain way. But we want to know, like, in context, right? Because I think it is really a big factor of your life and how you make decisions. Like, knowing, like, hey, man, if I do this, it's probably 50-50 going to blow up in my fucking face tomorrow morning on Twitter and TikTok. I'm going to open up my phone. People going to be
Every
talking
day.
shit or
Every decision.
resurfacing. And I also think it's such a weird way to live where knowing that even if you are being as careful as possible, like, everyone now wants I don't even want to call it 15 seconds of fame anymore. It's like 1 second of fame. It's like, God, if I can just get this video of Charly doing one thing even kind of weird, then I'll get 1 million views. It's not even like 15 seconds of fame anymore. It's like literally a half a second of fame for no reason. Like, that's got to just be bizarre.
It is bizarre. It used to not always be like that, and I feel like the reason I'm still here is because I was so early on in the social media
For sure,
stuff.
for
Yeah,
sure.
you got thick
So-
skin now.
Yeah, like I've been dealing with it. If
You have
I
thick
was
skin.
an 18-year-old coming into the climate of the social media space now, I don't think as a parent I would let my child do that.
No, because like you look at the age demographic now from 13 to like 24, this younger generation, they care more about that scene than like actual like traditional A-list celebrities, like what's going on like the TMZ world. They want to know what's going on in the TikTok world. You guys are like the new like celebrity royalty for this generation. It's fucking crazy.
They love that
And
It's
shit.
crazy.
That's why it's super important who is supported and who actually is in the public eye. I would say for the most part, all the people that are like really big on TikTok right now are very like through and through themselves. But what examples, what standards are we setting? The D'Amelios, are like the biggest TikTok
Sure.
family, and they crush it. Like they're very wholesome. I love the family vibe and everything. But there's also like the whole other side of TikTok that's just overtly sexually exploiting kids, which
Okay,
is like
sure.
the part that
Weird,
I'm
yeah.
not cool with.
For sure.
Yeah.
Kind of the same concept of like, okay, OnlyFans can be used to support someone who may not have any other means to support themselves, or it can be fully abused. And like any internet, any app, I feel like has that full spectrum, right? Like Instagram can be this amazing thing that's changed your life and gives you a career, or it's like the darkest shit
Yeah, you
you've
gotta
ever
eat it.
seen. And that's kind of like Twitter and every platform, and as more people join, the chaos becomes more and more and more. But at this point, like the people that are positive and are carrying a message, like really do stand out, in my opinion. And even if they aren't like on social media, like take that time to find those people in your life, if it's not on the internet, that you look up to,
Sure.
because that's so important. Like,
And once you put out content in general, after a while, you really start to laugh at it a little bit more. I know some of it can be very hurtful,
silly.
but the more of it, like even we joke about it, we'll put out an episode, and some people for the same exact question will be like, I really wanted to know that. And the other half people will be like, that was the dumbest question I ever heard in my life.
Stupid.
So like, no matter what you do in any way possible, like,
can't please everyone.
yeah, you can't please everyone. So we just put out the stuff that we like, and we get to interview people that we think are cool, and we go from there, right? And that's the whole situation. Same thing. You film what you want to, you play what you want to play.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
That's why I'm just
Screw you guys.
No, that's why it's fucking insane to me. Like Chad sitting in his fucking mom's basement watching my videos for 20 hours, going on and finally commenting like, "Fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Go kill yourself."
Fuck you, Chad.
Fuck off, Chad.
Fuck you, Chad.
You fucking cocksucker.
Look, I don't even need to say anything. I got
Fuck
that.
off,
Yeah,
Chad.
come on, we got a squad. By the way, 2023 when she's here for Reds, we might have some guest spots, some Charly Jordan guest spots on the podcast. She might be coming in for some episodes.
Oh, I'll be back.
For some fun questions, real quick. Holiday season's coming up. Halloween specifically. We're gonna put you on the spot right now. Worst to best, or best to worst. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Wow. Best to worst. Best Christmas. Second Halloween. Last Thanksgiving. Do
Ooh,
Okay. Not what I expected.
not either.
Okay, cool. Okay.
you think I was gonna say Thanksgiving second?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Halloween's my third,
Why?
like by a freaking landslide.
Is Thanksgiving your guys' second?
Yeah, my go Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween.
I mean,
for
if
sure.
you're going just those three, I would say in order of like
just best.
family. No, it's
Everything.
Because I'm a huge Halloween fanatic. Jeff's super
Hold
anti-Halloween.
on.
by
If
the
you
way.
say Halloween's better than Christmas, you're
no. I
we're
didn't
done
say
the
that.
show.
I didn't say
We're
that.
done the show.
But
It's
better,
over.
Better than Thanksgiving, absolutely.
not even close.
As far as like activities, for sure. What activities do you do during Thanksgiving? Besides just the actual
the best
dinner?
ones.
I just love the food.
Eat food,
I mean,
watch
of
football.
course.
The
Of
food
course.
is fantastic. But yeah, like, point is, like, you could have Thanksgiving whenever, right? Like, I can literally
Are you-
simulate Thanksgiving. I just invite my family over and cook turkey. Okay?
Facts.
But Halloween, universally, everyone's like, we're gonna be scary as shit.
But
Are you
it's
kidding me?
are you like a scary, like a horror movie type of
I
person?
do like horror movies.
Yeah.
Jeff is so
Halloween's
anti-Halloween,
overrated.
it pisses me off.
Halloween's overrated. I can't
Candy?
help.
All the candy.
I mean, whatever. I can have Reese's peanut butter cups today
That's
too.
true. You can go buy.
You know what I'm
candy
saying?
from the
Like,
store.
come on.
For me, it's more just the vibe. I think, because like Thanksgiving, I don't know. Everyone's
There's no vibe.
There's zero vibe. Everyone's
Zero
just
vibe.
hammered and full.
And full of shit early in the day.
There's no decorations. There's nothing.
Hey, you know what I'd love to have? I'd love to have the
It's
biggest
fucking
dinner.
Celebrating
But at 4
very
p.m..
racially controversial moment. in
Yeah, now
time.
we're all gonna get canceled for saying, "Well, you pilgrims."
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Old people like,
Yeah, cancel
fuck the
him,
pilgrims.
actually.
It's over.
Fuck you for supporting
It's
Thanksgiving.
over. Yeah, right now it's me.
Fuck the pilgrims and
Guys,
fuck Chad.
I
in the
guess
basement,
I'm
yeah.
off the podcast now, right? I had to kick Jeff off. By the way, we do have something in common. You're allergic to peanuts or nuts?
Are you allergic to nuts?
I'm allergic
Yep.
to nuts.
Like all of them?
All nuts.
All of
Me
them.
too.
Really?
Like EpiPen.
Me too.
So's Jeff.
Oh,
Fucking
fuck.
nerds, dude.
my
You
girl.
nerds.
It's
You
my girl.
fucking nerds.
That's right, the peanut table, baby.
Did it
That's
happen
cool.
to you like when you were a kid? Did they give you like nuts and you hit the floor?
Yeah.
Same thing. My dad put cashews in a milkshake. Bam.
Cashews are like next level bad for me.
Bad. I ate it.
Like, do you have like levels of like which ones are worse?
Of misery? Yeah.
What's the worst one?
The worst one that ever happened to me, obviously I haven't gone out and really researched specifically. Hey, this one's a 6, this one's an 8. Cashews, pistachios for me are like the worst.
Yeah, fuck that.
I had pistachios one time and it was bad.
Like the anger that I feel towards nuts, like I personally am just like, I feel like I'm a pretty athletic person, okay? But like the thought that if you just like pop a cashew in my milkshake, like I'm done, really pisses me off. Like survival of the fittest, like we'd be gone.
Fairly
Super
defeating,
easy
yeah.
way to murder me. Like I make my wife mad enough, she slips an almond in my mouth when I'm sleeping, it's a wrap.
You're annoyed, it's done.
Over.
I wish it was a little bit harder to kill me, but it's okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. But I respect us being on the same wavelength.
Thank you.
Speaking of food, what food item can you not live without?
Like an ingredient or like
Anything, just food
Anything.
item. Burger, pizza,
Taco. whatever you
taco.
want.
What can you not live without? What do people need to know about you? That's like your guilty pleasure. What do you eat when no
I
one's
just eat
watching?
Sushi like crazy.
Sushi.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it's the only thing that doesn't upset my stomach. I don't know.
Raw fish.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
that
yeah.
that makes sense.
guess.
Good. That makes sense.
I mean, if we really take it back to like, I just like staple foods, so like Mexican food, right? Like Chipotle bowls,
Sure.
fantastic.
Sure.
Sushi, I like basic shit.
I like
Like
that.
Love that.
any restaurant, right, where you can like go and they're like, here's all the things, pick it out and put it into a bowl. That's me.
Just a smorgasbord of everything.
Sure. Hey, throw it all in a fucking bowl, dude. Give me a
put it-
fork.
I do
put it
like
on the
that.
table.
I want to mix all the cuisines and just throw it in.
That
I
was
like
like
that.
not an answer because I can't pick just one food I would have the rest of my life.
Do you have a food item that's completely overrated? Do you have a hot take?
Truffle.
Truffle?
Just
Like
general?
Like the flavor or like the fungi?
Just everything.
Just the overall,
truffle
the flavor
flavored
of
everything?
truffle?
A truffle
Okay.
Yeah.
is a singular. It's a mushroom.
Sure.
And they fucking put it truffle fries, truffle
Sure.
pasta, truffle whatever. I don't. It's definitely nice, but I think people put too much truffle in it. It's supposed to be like an accent type of thing, not
Sure,
like
sure.
I'm gonna fucking shave a whole truffle into this pasta right now, and then you can't even eat it.
And charge you $500 for it.
And then
Yeah.
you're shitting your pants an hour later because they put so much truffle in
This sounds like a personal
pasta.
experience because it was really quick when I said truffle. It's very
Did you go to
specific.
Madeo in Beverly Hills and you just kept shaving the truffle on your pasta and you
When I
just
tell
fucking...
you that every party I've been to in LA the past month has had like people walking around shaving truffle onto shit. I was just at a birthday party and there was just someone walking around with the truffle. I'm like,
It's just a flex, just a weird flex.
on like any food. They're like, do you want truffle on any food? I'm like, I was unaware this was like
It's a weird
like
flex.
salt, like at fucking
Yeah,
Olive
yeah.
Garden
Or like the
a
Olive Garden, they tell you the
seasoning.
cheese. Oh, tell me when to stop. They're just
Just
shaving truffle, non-fucking stop.
Luxury ass items. Like, do you just want some truffle? I'm like, okay.
Just
No, I'm
sprinkling
good.
caviar on
Have you
stuff.
guys been to Xpot here in Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
spot.
It's really good.
So
A little
I'm
over the
talking
top,
about
but yeah.
Shitting my pants from truffles. I don't know how you guys' stomach felt after eating at Xpot.
It's a lot of beef. A lot of beef.
I ate so much Wagyu.
Sure.
I was just destroyed for like 2 days after that. But so good. Love Wagyu. Love Xpot. If you haven't been, check it out. What is it? Like a Korean hot pot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hot pot,
Yeah.
yeah, with like
Yeah.
exquisite, exclusive meats.
Fancy.
Yeah,
You, like,
fancy
cook
meats.
The meat in boiling.
And they throw
broth.
dry ice on everything. Smoke's coming fucking out of everywhere.
So
dude.
we have the cheat code, guys. Like, don't be a dick. Take her to eat sushi or Chipotle.
No truffle.
Call her Charlene. You're good.
See, it's crazy how you figure that out. Like, this is the longest conversation I've had with a guy, and like, no, I'm just kidding. You figured that out in an hour. Like,
You're welcome, guys.
Fucking take girls on dates. Jesus Christ. Like the generation that I'm living in, like I'm doing all this cool stuff, which is awesome, and I love it. And I've always hung out with people that are older than me. So,
Sure.
like, I would say, like for example, one of my exes I dated for 3 years was 35. I would probably get along with you guys better than I would someone my own age, but I try to date people my own age because like I just feel like that's important for some
Sure,
reason,
of
or
course.
like a little bit older than me.
Yep.
Because I used to not do that. And
I'm pretty biased. I'm pretty sure like our age is the coolest. So.
By
Dude,
far.
I feel like
The best demographic.
Just trying to put
the
it out
front
there.
mullet
My
is
age
no
is
non-existent
just
in our
fucking-
demographic.
like everyone's just figuring shit out, and I'm like, okay, like I love that for you. I love that so much. I'm figuring shit out too, but when I'm going through shit, you know, I like recluse myself. I feel
Sure.
like a lot of people my age don't have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
And they just take it out on everyone else around them.
I would like to put a disclaimer out there. I was a complete piece of crap when I was 23.
Yeah, I was an asshole.
Yeah, I was
in
tough.
college. Still,
So
yeah,
it just
asshole.
kind of goes with the territory.
You know,
You learn a lot over
I
time.
understand.
You
I
learn
get
a lot
it.
over
I really
time.
do. See, here's the thing, though. I've been on social media since I was 17, so I didn't even have the opportunity to become an asshole.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
Zero.
perfect.
And if I was, people corrected me so quickly that like it was like whiplash. Like I was like, I ain't never doing that shit again.
Sure.
So I find myself, I don't know, the dating scene and friends and everything. Like that's why I'm like, I'm just happy and got a lot of love to give, whether it's through music, to other people, whatever. And that's why like
Pure
I'm
vibes.
so excited to keep playing and move into the festival circuit and like connect with as many people as I can. Because as much as I love, you know, like everyone in the influencer space, it's such a quintessential conversation of like, these people are using me and everyone da 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 da. But like it's still like we're all people, you know,
Sure.
at the end of the day. I don't care. There's a whole controversial thing on TikTok right now about whether being an influencer is hard or not.
Okay.
Because there was some girl
You
that
seen
like,
that? I saw that one.
I saw it
right?
too.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about
this
it. Go ahead.
girl, Michaela, who is an amazing beauty influencer who blew up over the past year and a half, like just openly, finally, for the first time ever, spoke up about how social media is hard after she's uploaded like 6 videos a day for a year, which is hard. Like that shit is
That's fucking
hard. Are
tough.
you kidding me? And it's not, oh, being an influencer is hard. It's not that part that's hard. It's being a content creator is hard. Filming all day, every single day, and not getting paid for anything that you do unless you physically guarantee yourself the payment by going out and contacting a brand. Like there was a good like year and a half where I made videos and shot pictures every single day and didn't get anything for it. And that's how the influencer space has been for a long time. And it's changed a little bit now, and like honestly, like even more so than influencers, you know who has it even harder is the videographers and the photographers who get zero credit for the work that they put out. Like straight up, it's crazy. Like I was so big on, like we wouldn't be able to consume or see any of this without those people.
Sure.
And now iPhones have become very popular, so like, that's not as much a thing anymore. But there's so many people that like are behind the scenes that deserve that credit. That I think it's really important to like pay attention to. I don't know.
Look, just be yourself and be happy. Be good people.
Yeah.
You're a happy person.
be a
and you're
nice
a good
person.
Be a nice person.
It's very
people.
easy to be a dick, dude.
Yeah, be a nice person. Charly,
I would say just do something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
And as long as you're doing that, I think you'll be chilling.
you found a great lane. We
Thank
appreciate you. Charly, this was awesome.
I'm still gonna try to convince you guys to come out tonight.
This is awesome.
Or at
This
least
is
the
great.
next time.
No, for sure. By the way, I'm oddly enough going out tomorrow night.
No, Vegas is built different. I don't really like. And just know, like, obviously, we're going out, right? But it's also not, because it's like I do this every.
You're
Every
going
night.
to work,
Whatever,
by the
We
way.
do this
Yeah.
all the time, too.
Don't worry, we'll have you in the booth. No one will talk to you.
Charly,
You can sit and eat some sushi. Whatever.
You can do
Just
adult
well,
shit
bring-
and just hang out.
bring
yeah.
my own.
You can bring your kids. We'll
Yeah.
give them the headphones, the headset, cover their ears. Perfect.
We'll talk to the people.
And
Like,
then
hey guys,
Matt will hook it up. Do you have
Put-
any of those for your kids?
put me in the bag.
He said, "Yeah, dude, we'll make it
Yeah.
happen."
Babysit. We'll put it like upstairs in the DJ booth.
I love family-oriented things. Family DJ sets. That's the goal at some point.
We got
I'm gonna
you.
have my kids.
I have a 2-year-old
the
birthday coming up. I'm
husband.
gonna hit you up.
We'll have it.
It's gonna be
Family
hot.
on tour. Perfect. Great.
It's gonna
I'll
be
just
hot.
do your kid's birthday.
It's
Here we
gonna be
go.
hot. By the way, come on. Top 5 podcasts you've ever been on?
This was a solid. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been on a lot of podcasts, so I can't at the top of my head like
Top
think
5.
about which ones were great.
So
but
top
we'll
3,
put
you're
it in the
saying.
top 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
top 5.
There you go. Guys, this is amazing. Charly, thank you for coming. Make sure you follow
Thank
her.
you
Go
for
check out
having
all
me.
the music. Go see her every time she DJs. Festival's coming up soon. We'll hear all the announcements.
Yes, sir.
Guys, Chipotle, pumpkin patches, Charlene, pretty simple. We love you. Thank you for coming on. Guys, we'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
next
having
week.
me, guys.